All right, everyone, it's time to talk footy, and with me is, of course, the man himself, Andrew. How are you, man?
Oh, I'm well, Lawrence. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Round number 5. It is. It's big Easter weekend, starting off tonight. Let's get straight into it. It is a massive test for Kieran Foran. What do you think? How do you think he'll go?
Yeah, I think tonight, I think he'll be fine tonight. I think the initial spoke about on radio this morning, the sugar hit, I guess the initial hit of how it works, the spike probably from its players, how they respond to everything.
Yeah,
So, mate, I don't think tonight's the test. I think it's after a few months about where we'll see they're at, which
yeah.
will start to see how they progress and go from there. But yeah, it's exciting. I think, regardless of what you think, if you like it, don't like it, it's exciting, and it gives a bloke, the same age as me, an opportunity to coach a first grade team, which is quite surreal. And they've taken on an opponent who I think will get the win tonight. Still, the Dolphins. I think they've got too much class.
Yeah.
Should have probably nailed a couple of passes last week against the Broncos, which wasn't meant to be. And I think the Dolphins should get that done.
Okay, no worries. I'm going for Manly for this one, mate. We're split.
Yeah,
We're split on the
we
tip.
finally have a difference.
Okay, tomorrow, Good Friday. It is always massive. Yeah, South Sydney. I think I'll get this. They'll get this on Easter. On the Easter weekend.
I think so too, and huge crowd, massive crowd, 50 odd thousand. You'd think there for this game. Two massive Sydney clubs. They'll be right up first. I don't know. There's something about the Rabbits. I feel they're a bit settled at the moment, whereas the Dogs are a bit not sure who's who. And once again, I haven't been a top 4 there early in the year, but they keep chopping and changing with things to try and get the formula. So, mate, I like the Rabbits in this one. I'm the same as you, mate, and I reckon they can get it done.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just very quickly there. I mean, they keep putting Galvin, and is he the problem? That's the outside talk that's been happening. So it'll be interesting to see how they go tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly right. Once again, speculation on a young kid, but where they put Burton, Crichton jumped in there. So it's really interesting and dynamic of that team and how it sort of pans out.
The next game is on Friday night as well. That's the afternoon game at 3:00. Massive crowd. We talked about Souths and the Bulldogs, and then in the evening, this will be an interesting one, man. I look, Penrith are they're on another level, but I think the Storm may give them a bit of trouble, but I've gone for the Panthers.
I know there's a big but. There's a big but there. Look, I agree. I think the only weakness is probably due to suspension of Mitch Kenny, and that's no offence to Freddie Lussick, obviously, but I just think they're too well drilled. Regardless of who goes in there, gets the job done.
True.
Look, we've seen the Storm upset the Penrith Panthers in particular this time last year. You never know. Storm don't lose 3 in a row too often, but as you said, it's hard, really, really hard to tip against Penrith in this, so I'm going with them too.
Yep, the next game is your Dragons versus the Cowboys. Man, I've gone for the Cowboys on this one.
Going the Dragons, mate. This is do or die. I said it once again on radio this morning. This is it. They've lost 8 games over the last time they played it. I guess that's in regards to last year as well. But, I just feel this is desperate times that they need something. It's at home against Cogra against the Cowboys. So, they've been good against the Storm, but it's an opportunity for them to stamp some sort of victory to start their 2026. Otherwise, you get up 9, it's just not looking good.
The other thing as well is the Dragons also moved into their brand new high-performance center.
You saw that? Yeah, it looks really good. Look, I know they're not playing there, but if they can galvanise some sort of enthusiasm, something from somewhere, let's hope it's from a new building and a new lease on life.
The Battle of the M1, brother. The Broncos drive down to the Gold Coast. They play against the Titans there Saturday night at Seabus Stadium. Should be buzzing. Broncos should get this one.
Should get it done. I think they will. It'll be a tight game. Titans play their best footy against the Broncos.
Sure.
Not just that, we've got the under 21s playing before and as a curtain raiser, which is great for fans to be able to get out and watch the younger generation coming through from both sides. Nothing better than getting to a game and actually watching a little bit of reserve grade football before the main event. So, people should be out there nice and early. It'll be a beautiful day, hopefully, and good-sized crowd. I think it's close to sellout, which will make it super exciting.
Yeah, we go into Sunday afternoon, Easter Sunday, 2:00 game. the Sharks versus the Warriors. Man, this is going to be another close game. We're split on this one. I've gone for the Warriors and you've gone for the Sharks.
Yeah, I think at home, the only reason there, the Warriors have us in the palm of their hands every single time. You know, they start so well, and then the team they should beat, they let us down. So I just can't get my head around that. They're unbeaten impressive, I think, still nonetheless. But I think at home, the Sharks, a little bit of confidence after beating the Raiders last week and that sort of tussle. So I think the Sharks, due to the fact it's at home, to get that one done.
All right, and then the last game, the last Sunday game, is the Knights versus the Raiders. Man, the Raiders they're not going too well, but I think they'll get this one on Sunday afternoon.
I'm with you. I think the Lions are getting a little bit desperate there. They've been in some games, just can't nail a couple of passes there once again, just like the Dolphins last weekend. It was a good contest against the Sharks, majority of that game, but I just feel without Dylan Brown and KP, Sharp, I think, is potentially out two off the top of my head, that the Raiders have a real opportunity. If they can't get this done, really, really strange times for Ricky considering where they were last time. So I expect them to win.
Yeah, absolutely. The last game, Easter Monday, it is a massive long weekend of rugby league. The Tigers versus the Eels. I reckon it's probably the most trickiest game to tip.
Yeah, it's certainly right. After Tigers winning in Warrior, you just don't know. For mine, I don't know why. I'm just going with the gut feel of the Eels getting that done. Iongi's out for the Eels, so that's a big out. But once again, inconsistencies from both sides. Some days they're at absolute best football, and then the next week it's dire. So I'm going to go the Eels on this one.
All right, let's recap our tips. I went for Manly. You're going for the Dragons. We're agreeing on South Sydney, the Penrith Panthers. We're split on the Dragons and the Cowboys. You're going for the Dragons. We're agreeing on the Broncos and the Raiders. We're split on the Warriors. You're going for the Sharks. And Easter Monday there, we're split also. Tigers versus the Eels. Mate, it's on. It is on.
It's on, mate. We finally a few split decisions there, so we'll see how we go after round 5.
Good one, man. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care. Much love to the family.
See you too. Happy Easter, mate. Chat soon, Lawrence. See you, mate.
See ya.